Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. A man ought not to value himself of his achievements or rare qualities of wit, much less of his riches, virtue, or kindred. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations, are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. True friendship is a plant of slow growth and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity before it is entitled to the appellation. I hope, someday or another, we shall become a storehouse and granary for the world. Associate yourself with men of good quality, if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. Truth will ultimately prevail where there are pains to bring it to light. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. The basis of our political system is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. Much was to be done by prudence, much by conciliation, much by firmness. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair, the rest is in the hands of God. It is impossible to rightly govern the world without God and the Bible. When a nation mistrusts its citizens with guns, it is sending a clear message. It no longer trusts its citizens because such a government has evil plans. I'm all in favor of keeping dangerous weapons out of the hands of fools. Let's start with typewriters. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. If guns don't kill people, why do mass killers arm themselves with guns? When the government takes away citizens' right to bear arms, it becomes citizens' duty to take away the government's right to govern. When any nation mistrusts its citizens with guns, it is sending a clear message. It no longer trusts its citizens, because such a government has evil plans. Violence isn't a Democrat or Republican problem. It's an American problem, requiring an American solution. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Laws made by common consent must not be trampled on by individuals. Those who have committed no faults want no pardon. We are only defending what we deem our indisputable rights. I can only say that there is not a man living who wishes more sincerely than I do to see a plan adopted for the abolition of slavery. It is impossible to reason without arriving at a supreme being. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. Associate with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, for it is better to be alone than in bad company. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am I owe to my mother. I attribute my success in life to the moral, intellectual and physical education I received from her. It is better to be alone than in bad company. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone, and let your hand give in proportion to your purse. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees. Let us therefore animate and encourage each other, and show the whole world that a freeman, contending for liberty on his own ground, is superior to any slavish mercenary on earth. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair, the rest is in the hands of God. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. It will be found an unjust and unwise jealousy to deprive a man of his natural liberty upon the supposition he may abuse it. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Government is not reason and it is not eloquence. It is a force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Never for a moment should it be left to irresponsible action. The nation which indulges toward another a habitual hatred or a habitual fondness is in some degree a slave. It is a slave to its animosity or to its affection, either of which is sufficient to lead it astray from its duty and its interest. Mankind, when left to themselves, are unfit for their own government. It is our policy to steer clear of permanent alliances with any portion of the foreign world. I wish from my soul that the legislature of this state could see the policy of a gradual abolition of slavery. There is nothing which I dread so much as a division of the Republic into two great parties, each arranged under its leader, and concerting measures in opposition to each other. This, in my humble apprehension, is to be dreaded as the greatest political evil under our Constitution. A bad war is fought with a good mind. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. I do not mean to exclude altogether the idea of patriotism. I know it exists, and I know it has done much in the present contest. But I will venture to assert that a great and lasting war can never be supported on this principle alone. It must be aided by a prospect of interest or some reward. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak, and esteem to all. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Few people have the virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Thanks for watching Infinite Quotes video. Comment to let us know your favorite quote and join with us with our next video, as it will enrich you externally as well internally. Please share with others.